Hello, folks. I'm back to streaming after a week off, doing very fun things that I will in fact be talking about, probably obnoxiously, at least a little bit. Just pulling out my phone. I took a lot of pictures while I was out of town. Folks, you ever just tell somebody to blow up and they do it? That's pretty cool, right? So, let's acknowledge. No, let's get to the real point of this stream. 10.5 minutes into it. So, as the stream title says, I went to FWA 2024 last week. That FWA stands for Furry Weekend Atlanta. It's a furry convention in Atlanta. Who would have thought? This was the first furry convention that I've ever went to. I've been in the community for a long time, but I've only started like more openly participating in it within the last like few years or so, and that has there's complicated reasons for that I'm not gonna get into. That's not like really the point of what I'm talking about here. But yeah, I had a great time. I had a fantastic time, and now I'm gonna tell y'all all about it while I try and finish this video game. The convention was hosted at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis, which is a gigantic hotel in downtown Atlanta. Not only is it, what the hell is a foot insignia? Not only is it a huge hotel, it is itself connected to two other huge hotels by like sky bridges that you walk across. So like it's really a hotel complex, which is cool. So yeah, it was at the Marriott. I did not stay there. I didn't have a room there. For a couple reasons. A, people who go to these types of things tend to book their rooms like way in advance, and I don't think there were any more rooms open. But even if there were, oh my god. These hotels are all expensive as hell. There's no way I could have afforded it anyway, even if I wanted to stay there. But that's fine. I stayed in a motel was in a place called Norcross that's like theoretically a 20-minute drive from the Marriott, but with Atlanta traffic being what it was more often like at least 25 minutes. The first day I drove to the convention, like early in the morning, it was a 30-minute drive because of traffic, which wasn't my most favorite thing, but that's fine. The convention lasted from like Thursday to Sunday, and I was there for all of it. So the first day of the convention, Thursday, I spent a lot of the first half of it just like walking around, scoping out the place, you know, getting the lay of the land, as it were. Here, you can have more sidestep. Registration for the event was happening a lot later than I thought it was. It was at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I think, if I remember correctly. Well, that's a dead end. So around like 2:30-ish, not quite 3, I'm getting lost. I went down to registration, which had a big line, but the line was moving pretty fast. Actually, the convention was like, in terms of like lines and stuff, it was very well organized. I wonder what this weapon is. The con was very well organized. I was never waiting in line for an event or a panel or anything like that for like too terribly long. The longest I had to wait was like 30-ish minutes to go to the dealer's den, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, very professional, which that does make sense. They've been doing FWA since like 2004, which is wild to me. So they know what they're doing by this point. And that's another cool point, by the way. This year was the it was the 20th and words words are hard sometimes. A, it was the 20th anniversary of the convention, and B, it was the 10th anniversary of one of the themes they did. Back in 2014, the theme for the convention that year was Furry University. And they did that theme again this year, which was cool. So, I got ambushed by some enemies in this video game. So anyway, I stood in line for registration, and that didn't take too terribly long, thankfully. And after we registered, we got these nifty little like things you can hang up on the. I don't know the proper term for these. I heard the word lanyard getting tossed around. I don't know if that's what that is. For the video standalone video, folks. Here's an image of it right now. I realized after I got back home that I didn't actually take a picture of this thing the entire time I was at the convention. I thought I did, but I didn't. Anyway, right after registration, I checked out the official con merch store, which was a lot smaller than some of the other things that they had going on, but it was still pretty cool. They had cool things. They had like posters and t-shirts and stuff. I got a t-shirt for like $18, which is wildly more cheaper than I thought it would. That sort of thing was going to be more cheaper. That's excellent wording on my part. And that was a lot of experience. I need to distribute some skill points real quick. Anyway, as I was waiting in line at the convention store, I happened to notice that I started feeling kind of bad. I was not watching my water intake enough. I thought I was drinking enough, but I was not, and I was also getting pretty hot. I learned rather quickly to just stop wearing my hoodie and just keep it tight around my waist. But unfortunately, I learned these things too late, and I had to go find a bathroom for a while and just like hang out there and nurse a migraine for a couple hours. That wasn't very fun. I didn't have a good time there. That was one of the worst parts of the convention, and unfortunately it was entirely my fault. I've never been to like a huge event like this before. I have been to a convention before this, but it wasn't like a furry thing. It was back in college. Me and my music tech teacher and a few other students went to this thing called NAMM. That's an acronym, NAMM. I forget what it stands for, but it's like a music industry tech show sort of thing. And that was okay. We stayed for like a few hours, and then we got lunch somewhere, and then we drove back to campus. That was okay. It wasn't like my favorite thing, but it wasn't terrible. You can have more sidestep. But anyway, I was maybe a little underprepared for what this convention would entail in terms of like water and hydration and keeping and looking after myself and that sort of thing. But after that, I made damn sure to drink enough water and get off of my sandwich, you stupid bug. To like drink more water and carry around a bunch of granola bars and stuff. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to be glossing over a lot of my time that I spent there, not for any like specific reason, just because I spent a lot of time like walking from place to place and like, you know, finding somewhere to sit down and drink some water and eat some food, charge my phone, things like that. Y'all don't want to hear about all that nonsense. Where is this emerald ring that I just found? Let's see, I'm sort of looking at the photo album I have on my phone here to keep the timeline straight in my head of what all I was doing. After I sorted out my my migraine troubles, went to the bathroom, I checked out a concert they were doing in the atrium ballroom. Cutscene is happening. I'm gonna have to put this on hold. Okay, so anyway, I checked out a concert. I don't remember who this first one was. Sensational, the sign says. They had like some projection screens like next to the stage for folks who couldn't get close enough. That was pretty neat, I guess. It's kind of... this is pretty circuitous, huh? Okay, let's check out the right side first. Yeah, so I hung out on the atrium ballroom, listened to some music for a while. Oh, this hotel, by the way... Further, by the way, I'm gonna be probably dropping a lot more F-bombs than I usually do, just because I was so excited about this whole thing. But this hotel is fucking huge. It has like 3 separate lobby floors. There's like a lobby level, and then there's a marquee level, and then there's an atrium level, and then above that, there's like 47 different floors for hotel rooms and shit. Goddamn, this place is huge. It is so big. The other 2 hotels aren't quite as big, but these people are petrifying me, and I don't like that. But yeah, this hotel, huge. I think that was most of the rest of my Thursday, according to my photos, was just like checking in on the various concerts and like walking around some more, getting a feel for the place, checking out the other hotels. This place is huge. Why is this dungeon so big? It's fine. So yeah, my Thursday was pretty, not entirely uneventful, but rather relaxed, I guess. Due in part to me being trapped in the bathroom dealing with a migraine for like 2.5 hours. That's not fun. Kids, drink your water. Drink more than you think you'll need. Trust me on this. Thank you for the star ruby. That's pretty rare. Let's see. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Thursday. Thursday was rather oh, I did meet a cool guy by the name of, let me pull up my Telegram here to get his, oh my god, Crimson Star. That's who he is. And if you're listening to this, Crimson Star, hello. Thanks for reaching out to me. I appreciate it. But yeah, that was pretty much my Thursday. Let's see here. Friday, I spent some time walking around, you know, again, checking the place out some more, and pretty early I went to the Dealer's Den, which is like this huge, gigantic section of one of the hotels dedicated to like artists and writers and craftspeople and other sorts of creators just all selling their stuff in one place. There was like one main area, and then there was also like 3 other separate rooms for more things to sell, and I did get a couple of things. I got an in-person commission from an artist there. That was so cool. They're I believe they have the handle Hoodie Dogs on Instagram and other places. They're a really good artist, really cute art. I like it a lot, and I hadn't heard of them before going to this convention, but I'm super glad I discovered them. So like I ordered a commission from them, and they were very nice about it, and they're like, okay, this is gonna take like a day or two for me. This is gonna take like a day for me to make this, and I'm like, yes, absolutely, take as much time as you need. So I took care of that, and then let's see, Ashley and Elia can come back into the party, and then after that I went to check out the other Dealer's Den rooms, and I got some prints. I got 3 prints, but I'm not going to show all of them for reasons. But I got some prints from, where am I going? From some artists that I've been following for a long time. One of them is Jonathan Verduncan, also known as Stigmata, and one of them is Sasha R. Jones. They're an artist. They're both artists, and they're a couple, and they've been drawing for a long time, and I've been following them for a long time, and it was super cool to get some sick ass prints of them. I'll throw up the pictures that I took of them now for the standalone video. Aren't those the coolest things you've ever seen? Hell yeah, they are. Ashley learned a cool thing. That's cool. I actually got to talk to Jonathan Verduncan a little bit, and I got to tell them that I was like, hey, I've had this print of yours of this hyena person in like a lounging around in a cyberpunk setting. I guess I'll throw up an image of that now. I should probably take a picture of it at some point. I've had that on like a mouse pad for the past few years, and actually, in fact, that was like the first explicitly like furry thing that I ever bought, and they're like, that is a huge compliment that you said that. And I was like, that was really nice. That was really nice. They're a cool person. And I also got some other things. I got a couple of books that I'm not going to show for reasons. Don't worry about it. Let's see. I have a lot of photos of the Dealer's Den. Scrolling through all of them, trying to. All right, let me scroll through these photos here to trying to remember what I did after the Dealer's Den, because again, I took a shit ton of photos of the Dealer's Den. That's probably like at least maybe a third of the total amount of photos that I took. Not a third, but like certainly maybe even at least like a quarter. I went to go put up the stuff that I had bought in my car, and on the way back, I ran into some pigeons on the sidewalk, and I was so enamored by the pigeons that I completely missed the chalk art that some people had drawn. I was in full bird mode. So that was pretty fun. Here, you can have a shark's fin bun. That seems... I don't know that I would eat that. Let's see. After I put up my stuff, I went to watch I went to go watch a panel. A furry musician panel, talking about what all that's like. And there were some folks there. I didn't know most of the people who were doing that. I knew of Frisk, spelled with a Z. You might know him. He wrote a song that accidentally went viral called All My Fellas. I'll put a link to it in the description of the standalone video. It's pretty good. It's very catchy. That was a good panel. Didn't like rock my world or anything, but it was pretty good. It was nice to see so many other furry musicians and all in one place. That was pretty cool. This isn't really related to anything, but there were so many sticker boards where people, like, where the fuck am I going in this dungeon? There were so many sticker boards where people, like, put up custom stickers that they had made of, like, their characters and their art and all that sort of thing. That was cool as hell. Seriously, where the actual hell am I going in this dungeon? I have no idea. I haven't really been paying much attention because I've been talking about this furry convention and now I'm lost. I should probably try and focus on navigating a little bit for a while. I'll talk more about this in a minute. I need to focus on where the hell I'm going. This place is more mazy than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to be completely honest. And everybody's good. Perfect. Okay. I think we're going somewhere new. So, back to the furry convention. After the panel, I milled around for a little bit more, and then I went to this thing called a pool toy party. And in my naivety, I foolishly assumed that maybe an actual swimming pool would be involved, but no, it was just like, it was just this a couple rooms off to one side of the lobby. So this pool toy party was just like a little place off to the side where people, like, lounged around, and there were a bunch of these, like, giant custom pool plush toy things, and just, like, they would just, like, chill while lo-fi music played in the background. It wasn't really my thing. I didn't hate it, but I didn't stay for very long. What I did do was take a picture of this massive hyena plush. This thing is huge. I'm gonna put it up on screen now for the standalone video. Look at this thing. Look at how big this thing is. There's no need for a hyena to be this big. A stuffed hyena, anyway. It is simply large. But yeah, I didn't stay at that for very long. Not that I hated it. I just didn't. This wasn't really my scene. What I did do was go over to a different hotel and check out the arcade, which was so cool. This thing was huge. They had all sorts of games and stuff there. They had, like, multiple DDR machines and, like, other sorts of rhythm games. There was this one, I don't remember the name, where there was a giant pad on the ground for you to, like, slide your feet along instead of hitting discrete buttons. You, like, slid your feet along the pad, and somebody there was just, like, cutting up on that thing, just, like, doing full combos on songs and stuff. And I got to play Rock Band 4 for a little bit with some strangers. That was fun. I think maybe the drum kit set was malfunctioning a little bit because it kept missing inputs even though I was hitting the dang drum. And I'm sure partially that was just me being out of practice, but I swear I was getting inputs but not registering them. Anyway, played Rock Band for a little bit. That was fun. I gave Ashley some points in Knife. I played Taiko no... Let me try that again. I played a game called Taiko no Tatsujin, which is like a rhythm game where you play a big-ass taiko drum. That was pretty cool. Just there, hung around watching people play arcade games for a while, checking out what all arcade games there were. There was like a live stream going on of of some people speedrunning games. That was pretty cool. I didn't watch that. Maybe I should have, but I had other things going on. But that was pretty cool. I think most of the rest of my Friday was spent like at the arcade and also milling around at the hotel doing various things. Hanging out with Crimson a little bit, talking to folks, messaging folks, you know. I think my Saturday was by far the most packed in terms of stuff that I did. Trying to get my bearings here before I keep talking about FWA. Oh, shit. I didn't check out the entire left side of the... Yeah, it was. I didn't check out the entire left side of this room. Oh well, I guess we're fighting him now. That's fine. Alright, I think a lot of cutscenes are about to happen. But I am going to take this time to eat the rest of my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That was a good sandwich. Hell yeah. I said hell yeah a lot at the convention, by the way. If I were to do a drinking game and taking a shot every time I said hell yeah, I would probably have died of liver poisoning by Friday. Alright, hello. For you standalone video people, there has been a big-ass time skip in terms of the lapse timer there up in the corner. A lot's happened in the game, don't worry about it. So, back to FWA. Saturday, early that day, I went to a meetup for bird furries, and that was cool. I didn't actually talk to anybody there because my anxiety sucks and sabotages those efforts more often than not. But I did have a nice time there, just kind of vibing. And they had multiple signs there that somebody had brought, and I signed one of those, and that was nice. And then a little bit after that, I went back to the arcade, and I checked out the finals of a Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament that was being held, which was cool. I had missed the qualifying rounds on an earlier day, on Thursday specifically because of my migraine shenanigans, but I got to catch some of the finals, and that was cool. These people were like really good at Smash, obviously. There's this one person, they made a me of themselves wearing a catsuit, and they proceeded to whoop ass. Like, they cleaned up while I was there. I heard some people talking, and apparently that guy was like, sorry, I don't know their pronouns, so I'm trying to avoid any definite ones. But apparently they're like one of the top 3 players from Ohio, which is wild. But yeah, they whooped ass. Very funny, very fun to watch that. All right, my party is all situated now. I didn't get to catch all of that because around this time was when my commission that I ordered the previous day at the dealer's den was finished. So I went to go get that, and I loved it because it looks amazing. For the standalone video people, I'm gonna throw up an image right about here. Isn't that the cutest fucking thing you've ever seen in your goddamn life? I love it so much. Oh shit, Welch's dead. That's bad. They had physical prints as like examples of different commission types that you could get, but I thought those were just examples. I didn't think I was gonna get like a whole ass physical print that I could put on my dang wall. I still haven't done that yet. I need to go like get some frames when I go grocery shopping tomorrow. But rest assured that I will. But I'm just I'm still, even now, just so over the moon about it. It's so cool. And also, this artist was like the first person to draw my persona with legs, so that, which is a funny detail. Like, look at him. I have leggies now. I cannot be stopped. So happy just thinking about it. Oh man, Millie's gonna need some MP food. Anyway, after that, I went to a trading post that was going on in one of the rooms. People like brought various knickknacks and plushes and other sorts of things like that, and you could, you know, trade for them. And years ago, I had bought a I know I have MP stuff. Here we go. No, that's not it. Here it is. Anyway, years ago, I had bought a weighted fox plush desk thing, and I brought that to the con with the intention of giving it to somebody who... Oh, hold on. Anyway, so I had brought this fox plush thing with the intention of giving it to somebody with like a fox character, but I ended up trading it at the trading post for this cute little penguin that I'm gonna flash up on screen now. Look at him, isn't he adorable? He's very cute. So that was fun. So at some point after the trading post, I went to another concert of this furry musician named I think. Oh, never mind. Hold on. There's another cutscene. So anyway, after a little while after the trading post, I went to this concert that a furry musician named, I think, Chaotic Canine is their name. I think that they were putting on, but they also go by CK9C for short, and that was interesting. It was like this. They did like this weird horror nerdcore type stuff that I wasn't overly familiar with before going to this convention, and it was not entirely my thing, but it was neat to see at least once, that sort of deal, you know. And the stage in this atrium ballroom has like a video stage that they can project animations and stuff on the floor of, which is very cool, and all the acts did take advantage of that in some way. And why can nobody identify this stupid jewelry? So anyway, after the CK9C concert, I took a little bit of a break, and then I went to go watch part of another concert. It's called a musician named Rhythm Bastard, which, based on the name, a cutscene is happening, and I'm gonna have to continue this in a little bit. Interesting. So anyway, Rhythm Bastard. I was expecting something, I don't know, a little more aggressive than what they played, which was like, oh, interesting. Which was like pretty straightforward, like punk type stuff, which is fine. I didn't hate it, but I don't know, it wasn't really what I was expecting, I guess. So I left that pretty early, and oh my god, this place is a maze. Right. So, next thing I went to, was this event called the Moonlight Festival. And I'm not going to talk too much about this, not because I don't want to, but because it's not appropriate for all audiences, let's say. Certainly neither Twitch nor YouTube would probably be happy if I were to describe it in any sort of rigorous detail. So I'll just say that the Moonlight Festival was an adult-oriented dance party. I'll let you fill in the gaps on that. And there wasn't any, like, nobody was naked. Nobody had their bits out, I should clarify. But people were walking around in various states of undress, and I didn't know that that was going to be the case at first when I got there, because the scheduling app thing that I was using didn't give any sort of description of what this was going to be, which was fine. There were plenty of people walking around like fully clothed. It was more about doing what you were comfortable with, that sort of deal. But I ended up staying there for a long time, and like just walking around, dancing, like hyping up random strangers. There was like an impromptu dance circle that people had formed, and that lasted like an hour, and people were popping the fuck off, and that was extremely cool. But yeah, it was just really nice. It was probably one of my favorite parts of the entire convention, honestly. But that easily took up the rest of my Saturday. I stayed there for like 4 hours, and my feet were killing me by the end of it. Sunday was pretty chill in comparison. First, I went to a fursuit dance competition, which was extremely cool, actually. The amount of athleticism to do the moves that these people were doing to begin with was taking a lot, and to add on top of that, like, potentially dozens of pounds of a fursuit, which also reduces your visibility while you're wearing it, it's extremely impressive. I think, yeah, people were like filming a video of it. You should definitely go find that and watch it if you can. Very, very cool. They had there was like a singles category and also a groups category. One of the groups had like 6 members in it, which was wild. The winner of the single, I don't remember who won that, but the winner of the singles category was this person in a big, very bulky rabbit suit named Roya. They did some cool shit. But that took up a substantial amount of my Sunday, was watching that. And then a little while later, I went to like the closing ceremony that they did, where they announced the theme of the next con, which was this future punk, which is, you know, they're gonna do cyberpunk shit, which is cool. And also the artists I talked about earlier, Jonathan Verduncan and Sasha R. Jones, they're gonna be guests of honor at the next at the convention next year, which is cool as hell. Along with another person whose name I don't remember, but yeah, looking forward to that. I'm definitely going back next year, by the way. There's no way I'm not. They're also going to do like a furry takeover thing with the Atlanta Aquarium, where you can you know, go there in your fursuit and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but it's pretty cool. So sometime later, I got invited to a private room party by a nice person that I met named Milo, and it was pretty chill. Just people like, you know, sitting around talking, drinking, eating pizza, getting to know each other, and that was really nice. I met some cool people there, including Milo and this mongoose furry named Mahi, and this Fossa guy named Fossa, obviously. And they're all, I would all consider them good friends now, and I'm very glad that I met them, and that I got to, that I was invited to that party. It was nice. That was pretty much how my Sunday ended. And the party kind of petered out after a while. People were like going to do other things or like going to bed. So I left. I was on my way back to the main motel to like get to my car and leave, and then like, this is gonna be kind of a bummer, but on my way back, I was on a sky bridge back to the main hotel, and I got hit with like this really big wave of sadness, because I realized all at once that like I didn't want to leave. I didn't realize it was gonna hit me all at once. I had to like, I had to find a quiet place to sit down and compose and like regain my composure for a little bit. Cause like I realized there that like while I was at that convention, I could just like, oh good, more armor. I could just like be like fully 100% myself, you know, like without having to like put on a mask for other people or like hide parts of myself whenever I went out in public. Like, interesting. Like, I could use the women's bathroom without having to worry about getting assaulted because I don't pass. And I don't know if you can tell by my extremely masculine voice, but I don't pass, y'all. And that's kind of a struggle, as a trans person. But I didn't have to worry about that at the convention. I didn't have to worry about people giving me, like, dirty looks because my appearance and my voice didn't match their perception of what I should or should not be, or whatever. I could just exist. And I didn't realize how much I needed that until I was, like, having to leave that. And I'm still kind of sad about it now, but I'm doing a lot better than I was on Sunday when that all hit me. But anyways, I'm trying not to end this on a bummer note, but yeah, that was my first furry convention, and it was really, really nice, and I'm extremely glad to have went and, you know, did so many fun things and met some cool people, made some good friends, and I'm definitely 100% going back next year. And before I stop talking about this and focus back on the video game that I'm ostensibly streaming, I want to say, if you have ever considered going to a furry convention, even if like you're not a furry and you're just like curious about what it might be like, if you're considering it and like you haven't done it before and you can feasibly do it, I would say go 100%. And if you can bring a friend with you, also, you should maybe do that, because I went by myself and it worked out fine, but I think having another friend to fall back on, just in case, just so you can like hang out with somebody, even if everybody else you might want to meet up with is busy, I think that would be helpful. So if you can go, and if you can go with a friend, definitely do that. But before I start talking about this entirely, I wanted to thank some of the people that I had met while I was there. Thank you to all the strangers who were just nice to me, who, you know, I exchanged pleasantries and small talk with while we were like in line to get food or waiting for an event or a panel to start or whatever. Thank you for being nice to me. Thank you to the stranger that I met in an elevator who gave me advice about leave-in conditioner. I'm excited to try that. Thank you to Zed, who I met at the Moonlight Festival, who said some very kind words to me and gave me the courage I needed to make a decision that ended up making me very happy. Thank you to Milo for inviting me to your room party and for reaching out to me. And thank you to Mahi and Fasa also for being very cool and for talking to me. And I think that's everything I want to say about that. I'm glad I'm a part of this community, and I want to do. God, just going to that has got me like extremely fired up to work on projects that I'm in the middle of, and both things that I'm currently working on and future projects, because I want to give back to the furry community and to the queer community, because they've both given me so much and helped me like really find myself and be more accepting of myself, and I want to do the same for other people, and I want to give back, you know. I promise I'm not trying to sound sappy. Speaking of which, the thing I'm about to say is going to sound very sappy, because it extremely is, but my heart is full from going to this convention. And I'm definitely going next year. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. In the context of this video, anyway. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Hurry up and run away! But yeah, that was FWA. It was pretty cool. Definitely going next year.